Hello, welcome to our episode 4. So, in today's episode, we built a ton of things, and I'm really grateful for the how we have moved so far. This is really feeling great, and the energy is high. So, we started off with the pages in the student management directory here. So, under student management here, you can see we have a number of things here, but we started with the student directory. If you click on students, we didn't work on the interface, which we're going to work on maybe in the next video after creating the student in the back end. But what we created on were the forms. So we first created the forms for the new student. So when you click on the new student, you can see we have here an amazing interface that you can use to create a single student. So we have a plan of creating a single student and a bulk student. So you can see this is going to be really nice. But we have here this single student. We worked on this, where you can work on the forms, working on all these nice things. Okay, so in this student you can see also that we have the parents. So you can create a parent by clicking on this one. So you can see also that we created worked on the parents. So you can also create a new parent in this. These are forms. They are not just like really sending data, but we worked on the forms. So we have all these really working really nicely. Okay, so now after that, if you go back here, you will see we have also classes. So we have class and we have also streams or sections. So if I click on add a class, it also takes me to this page where you can just go ahead and create a new class. So you can see you have classes. For instance, class 5 has 3 sections, right? Class 5 has 3 sections, and this is 5A, 5B, and 5C. And this is how we're going to display them. If you want to come and create a class, you click on this, create a new class, and in that class you can add sections right away from there. If it has no sections, well and good, but we'll be just having the sections like that. Okay, so this is really great. And then so we closed off creating the help page. So after creating all these forms and the UIs, I went ahead and we created the help form, the help page. So the help page, this is for instance, we'll be linking this on the contact page. Okay, we'll be linking that on the contact page where a person can just come. If they have any issues they will just come here in this. They can search helpful articles, for instance, getting started. Okay, then there is FAQs they can look through. Okay, we have FAQs here, and then they can also send us an email or start chat with us. So this is what we made in the 4th episode, and we are looking forward to continue building this. And I'm very, very grateful for your support. Those ones who have subscribed, those ones who like my content and share it. Please, before you even start watching, please hit the like button so that YouTube can spread this video and I continue creating more content. You can also grab the source code from this link here, or in the description I will leave the link to the source code and the support page. Thank you so much. Let's get started and building this. Hello, welcome in today's episode. Today is our 4th episode, and welcome to this episode. So in our previous episode, we looked at this page. Okay, there are some few things we need to complete on this page, but the focus on today's is going to be on this side. I want to start like on the student management pages. I really want to start on this side of things. We have to start on the student management. Then I want to really look at the pages we want to work on. Also, I was really making a lot of research on existing systems. Most of them, they are really not good. I wonder how these people are like on Code Canyon. Most of these things, you find they have a lot of cells, but when you go to the system, is really completely unusable, and um, you wonder how these people use the system. That's the most thing that you wonder. But I came to have some hints, and I will be putting the ones that will be benchmarking on together. I may say others, they really don't make much sense, but that's why I'm here to really make the best out of these. All of them on like the Code Canyon. When you look at them, you wonder. But I also just I look through. I just like to know uh, how to do what, or what to increase in. And also I'm going to use my experience as a teacher. In during after my high school, I became a teacher for about 2 years. So at least I know something when it comes to the student management system. I didn't use the student management system during that time, but being a teacher, I really understand the operations that happen in at least a basic school, or what is most important in that school. Okay, so you can say, for instance, in this one, they have student, they put all of them under like users. I don't think that is good, because most times the focus of this is always on the students. That's the big thing, and all others, they will just be coming later. So we'll have to modify a little bit when it comes to students. The first thing is the directorate. Let me just go back. I don't know if I can just go back at this point. I'm just going to log in again. Yeah. Okay, so what I'm just going to do right now, I'm just going to start on these here. I will start by going to VS Code, and this time I'm just going to go Control P, and I will be looking for something like sidebar or app sidebar. This is where we have all our links. So I'm just going to change a little bit in these links to make them understandable, and why we are putting that link. So for instance, under student management, the most important thing is the student directory, or this is like the student list. Okay, and here we have it on the students, then directory, and then enrollment. So what I can just do, I will just like change this one. For instance, when you think about students, you need to put things for the students in the same place. When a student is, the first thing when a student reaches a school is to enroll that person, or it could be like under enrollment. We might not really look into that enrollment process, but the first thing will be adding a student to the system. Okay, we're going to start on adding the student in the system. And when a student is added in the system, a lot of things now we need to look at. The first one is, you could look at the you want to look at, when you come to students, you might just want to look at the fees. Okay, fees. You might need to look at, for instance, IDs. Okay, so you want to get the student, for instance, IDs. What else? Maybe attendance. May just like look at attendance. I don't know if that's like the spelling of attendance. Attend. Okay, so I think this is supposed to be A. What else do you think about when you think of students? The first one is, you want just like to look at the student, add a new student, edit a student, and all that thing is going to happen in the directory. But then afterwards, you want to check, for instance, generating the list for those ones who have paid, those ones who have not paid. You want a one place where you can check the school fees, okay? And then under fees, so you can just like, people can pay in this. People can, we can manage like payment of school fees, generating of fee slips, and all that kind of stuff. And then we have these IDs. Students have IDs, and it is a big thing, okay? um, there is attendance. We can even have examination under the students, like student examination and all that stuff, because like for instance the examination slips and all that kind of stuff. But let's start with this list so far. So I've just changed it a little bit. Now we have these ones. They are more understandable. I can really relate to these ones. Okay. So I'm just going to start with the directory. So students directory, if you just hover on this one, it goes to students. I'm just going to go to dashboard. Just go to dashboard students, and we have, for instance, dashboard students here, and all the pages are going to be inside this one. So let's start with this. Like this is going to be, I think, the directory. When you click on this, it is on this, or you click on this, it should take you to that page of the dashboard students. Okay, so you can just like edit a little bit, just in here. So this one is going to go to dashboard. So this one should be dashboard, then students. Okay, all these other ones, they need to have this prefix of the dashboard. Okay. Okay, so now if I click on the student directory, it takes us to the student. So the first thing we want to do here is try to add the data table into this before we do anything else, so that we can just like get this running to be able to add a student. But students, we are going to look at all this one. In fact, so here you're just going to have a student list and so many other things. You can add a student, and that, if you just go, for instance, on this one, what I like about this is that on adding a student, you have these three things here. Okay, we have these three things. I think just going to consider single admission and bulk student admission. We might not look at Excel upload. I don't know. We can just look at Excel upload, but I'm just going to focus on these two ones. So I just go to can I close all these? So now we're just going to use the starter kit to put the data table to be somehow easy for us. Okay, and how are we going to do that? So if you go in the starter kit, it already has. I'm just going to open these two. Okay. So I'm just going to go ahead and open the starter kit. It already have data table, so just want to merge in the data table from the starter kit. You can also follow, we have the data table on, I'm just going to show you a page, but where is the starter kit? Okay, so I'm just also going to open this. So I'm just going to open this in the to those who don't know this, the data table, I don't know if you don't know the data table. I can show you something here for data table. So for instance, if I just went to this application, so this is the data table. Okay, you have the, for instance, the where you can search. You can have these things here like this. Okay, so this is the data table with pagination working and everything. So this is what we want to put in our application. Okay, and we already have this like sort of like the implementation. If you want to go step by step, you can also just go to docs, docs.thishub.com, and we have under Next.js here, there is where we have data table, I believe here. So we have the data table here. You can just also go step by step to add this. Okay, I might just leave the link in the description, but this one is exactly what we have did in the starter kit. And if you feel like you are lacking out, you can still first go and watch how we build the starter kit. Okay, if you just go to my YouTube channel, I don't know if you can just like say starter kit or something, I don't know. Yes, so this is, you can just go and watch how we built the starter kit. This was 3 months, and I built this starter kit so that we'll be reusing some of the things. So you can just like go and watch step by step how we did this. Okay, but in this case, because we have a lot of big things to do, I just want really to do this. Okay, you can see you can first add this. As you can see, you need to add the data table into your shard CN. So if you just go here to shard, the first thing to think about is adding the table component. So you can just scroll down and you just click on the table like this, and then go to installation, and then you can just say copy for pnpm. So we are starting the installation of the starter kit. So just go back here, go to terminal. I'm just going to move this a little bit up here, and then just add this like this. So I'm adding the table. So according to this one, when I reach at some point, I will be also using the starter kit, but I want to show you can just also use this one. So you need also to add this turn stack react table. So you can also just copy this and you add it with pnpm. So here they say the file table already exists. Would you like to overwrite it? You could just say no if we already have it. So we can say pnpm add, and then I can add a turn stack react table. Okay. Let me hope everything was okay. So this is the folder structure for the route. Okay, this is the folder structure for the route. You have to have, for instance, categories, then you put new columns and the page. So for the new, this is going to be responsible for adding new entries, and then for the columns, these are the ones which are going to be showing, and the page, this is going to be displaying the thing. So you need to have this in your directory. And in the starter kit, we have this here, and this one is going to be put, if we go back to this one, just going to drop this. If you just go to the dashboard, for instance, where we have the students, so if I want to add other things within this one, like the students to be this, we'll have to create in, for instance, students new. Okay. Maybe actually just like for now, let's add to be dashboard students. I'm just going to go here and now add actually the directory. So let's just say directory. So students directory. Okay, and then this is where we need these three. If I say students directory, this is going to be maybe just feel like we could just like also do it from here. So if this is the folder, we need three things in this. You need, for instance, the first one to have the new. So in this one, students, I'm just going to create the first one is the page. As you can see here, this is going to return the list. You have the page, you have to create the columns, and plus the new. Okay, so I'm just going to go here and say columns columns dot tsx. Columns dot tsx, just like this. Okay, and then page. So inside the students we need column, and then the page, and then we need to create one more, which is going to be new page dot tsx. So this is for adding a new student. So students, you can add new, you have the columns, and then you have the page. Okay, great. So I feel like either we need to have an actual data to have this really seen. We really need to have some demo of things working here. What I'm just going to do, we'll have, I think, to set up, because to have this visualized, we really need to have some data. We cannot just like set up without any data. Okay, this is going to be h2 for new students. Okay, so to be able to understand this right now, so if I just go back here, go to students, and then click on the directory, we are here on the students. So here we need to have a list of students, and also we need to have the form. So what I'm just going to do, I think, is working on students new. So on this one, I'm just going to first show you there a button. So let me just add a button on page here, which says, I'm just going to say button. Can I say button? Okay, I'm just going to add a link. I will add the link, next link, and this is going to be new student. Okay, so that we work on that form eventually. So I'm just going to do slash dashboard slash students slash new. Okay, just something like this. So if I just come here, I click on new student, make sure you just say button as child. So now we can just go to new students here. So this is where we need to set up the table. So for now, let's work on the table, because we cannot do anything show the list without showing the table. Okay, so we cannot do that. So what we just need to do is we need to go ahead and here we need to go ahead and create new students. I need to now add the the interface for the new students. Now I would want our interface to look like this, something with tabs. Okay, I would really want to have the tabs for single student admission and the bulk student admission. Okay, and just like to have those tabs somehow, they can be really helpful. I don't know why they are logging me out here. Okay, so for that, I'm just going to bring in and put in the here we need to add in our forms, and I'm just going to use this here, student. Okay, add student. So I just need something like this. Okay, I'm just going to go to this side in components, dashboard, and so I'm just going to have forms. So here I'm just going to create a new folder for the forms, and then here I'm just inside the forms, I'm just going to create a first one, which is student form. Student form dot tsx. Okay, RFC. So this one is going to be student form. Okay. So with this, so we have to have, I think, 3 forms. So you have student, single student form, bulk student form, and Excel upload. So these ones, they should be like 3, but right now you're just going to consider 2. So this one, I'm just going to say single student form. Single student form, just like this. And then just going to have bulk student form dot tsx, and the RFC is going to be bulk student form. Okay, so just going to say h2 here, bulk student form, and then here just going to have this one is going to be h2 of single student form, just like this. Okay, so we need sort of like tabs. Okay, and I'm just going to go to v0, and I see if I just ask you to design for me design for me 2 tabs, let me see, 2 beautiful tabs. Okay, one with single, so here we have single what, we have single student for admission, single student admission, and bulk student admission. So one with single student admission and another one with bulk student admission. Okay, just going to say don't create the forms, don't create the forms, just the tabs. I just want to see what it can just like, if you can just like beautify the tabs, or create like any nice tabs instead of just like focusing on them. Okay, so it has put them on the client, which is interesting. I thought it would put them on, if you just see here, it has this set active. I thought it would actually use the normal tabs. Okay, but set actives, use state single. I don't know why it is using this one on value change. Okay, so if it does like that, which looks like, I think yes, it looks okay for sure. I believe. So I can just like get this. Okay, so in the forms here, I can just like say, maybe student. Maybe I just going to. I just don't want the page, like this page here, the new page, to be a client side. I always make this one to be always server side all the time. Okay, so it has to be server side, so that's why I have to create this. mm, so I'm just going to create a new folder here, forms. I'm just going to say students, because they now going to be so many forms. Okay, so here I'm just going to say now create tabs. So you say create tabs dot tsx, like this, and let me paste this one here. Actually call them admission tabs. Okay, I'm just going to say admission. I'm also going to use the same word, admission tabs, just like this. And these are the ones we are just going to go ahead and put in the new page. So I'm just going to say here, admission tabs, just like this. Okay, let's go and see. Okay, so we have this and this one. Okay, the active one, I like this one. Okay, but I want the active one to have like the default like blue color. So I'm just going to say here. Okay, first of all, I'm just going to go back to Visual. Is it possible uh for the active tab? Okay, I'm just going to just like make the active tab to have the default like, okay, so I'm just going to say that I'm using the blue shad cyan accent color for my Okay, can you make the active button or active tab to have blue background? Okay, and is it possible to have the tabs on the server side and avoid to use client? I just want to see if this is possible. Okay, so if you just look at it right now, it doesn't have any use state. You just use them at the server side, and this actually helps us because we don't need to create we don't need to go ahead and create another third component, more especially this one of the admission tabs. So basically I can do this. I can put the tabs directly in here in the new here. And if you just go back here, sorry, here, we still have the, okay, this is not looking good. Okay, so you can see we have now this blue color. If I just do this is good. Okay, this can be, I think, worked on, but this basically looks great. You can say single admission or bulk admission, and we can have these ones. So for the content to show inside those ones where we have like these cards, so I'm just going to go first of all. So we have the content, so there is trigger here. The default one is single, and we have bulk. Okay, so then we have these cards here, tab content, single here. So basically we have this card, and inside this is where we have the tab content for single and tab content for bulk. So inside the tab content, this is where you actually put your stuff. Okay, so inside this one, I would just cut this and I put single student form. And in the single student form, you can just go ahead and let me paste this. And then let me go back here in, sorry, page new, and then here, I'm just going to cut this, and then I just say bulk student form, and go in the bulk. We can just add the bulk here. So right now we don't need these admission tabs. We don't really need them. Okay, so if I just go back, we have something like this: single student admission, and then you click on bulk student admission. Okay, this card maybe the, I don't know if the this I like the design. I like the design. I feel like the card has a lot of shadow. If you just go back here to this card, it has shadow LG. I don't know if I can just like leave it with a minor shadow. Yeah, I think that would just like work, I believe. Okay, so what we just need to concentrate on is the single student admission. I'm just going to change the title to that. Okay, and then we can have also bulk student admission. Okay, so we have our two tabs. Okay, um, let's focus on this form now. Okay, I need to focus on this form, how it is going to look like, and all that. Now, if you just go back to these filters, they have name, email, and all that. So I'm just going to go ahead and bring in, we're not going to make it like this. This is taking, I think, a lot of space. We need to go ahead and bring in the right way. Okay. So I'm just going to go here, and we are concentrating on the single for now. Single student form here. This is the single student form. This is where we are concentrating right now. So I'm just going to go in the starter kit, of which I have open here. I'm just going to say Ctrl P category form. So you can just select check for this category form. Under forms, you have this category form. I'm just going to go ahead and copy this. Okay, and then we're just going to do some editing. So I will just go Ctrl P, go back to the go back to this student form. I'm just going to paste in this one, and I will start removing one by one. Don't worry, because of the errors, we'll just remove one by one. Let me start by renaming the form back to student single, what was it called? I just get here the name. Okay, single student form. So you just come here, single student form. Okay, so here we're just going to have the student props, but never mind. What we need just is to first bring in the inputs and everything that is necessary. Okay, so I'm just going to first go ahead and remove this, all of those ones. What I'm just going to right now focus on is the form. So I'm just going to remove all these. Now the first one I'm just going to bring in is the form header. So if you just do form header like this, you see that we don't have the form header. Okay, so we can just go ahead and add the form header and then the form footer. So I'm just going to go to back here and just say Ctrl P form header, and you can see it is inside the forms. So you can just copy this exactly the way it is. In fact, just copy this form header and the form footer, copy these two files, and let's go ahead and put them inside the form. So where we have the forms here, inside the forms, I just want to paste these two files, the form footer and the form header. Okay, so starting with the form header is also asking for these two. I can first remove them, then just go here and try to import them. We see if we have them. So you can see cross button, we have it, import it. Submit button, we have it, and so just go to the form footer, do the same thing. I'm just going to remove here, and let's go and import the cross button. and the submit button. So we brought these ones in when we just bring in the form inputs. So going back here, I can first bring in the form footer and go ahead and bring in the form header. Okay, so let's go back to this text input, bring the text input, text area, bring in the text area, and then image input, bring in the image input. Okay, so we have few errors right now, and these are here. So just going to have the student props. So here these ones are going to be student props, and we can just go and change where we have these ones. So you can just come here and they say export, can you say export type student props is equal to an object. So yes, we put like 2 or 3 only. So we'll have like name, which is a string, email, which is going to be a string, and then like of course we'll upgrade them for them password, which is going to be a string. Okay, and then you can just say here photo. So they have like the profile image, so image URL, which is going to be a string. Okay, and then yeah, so we can just have them like this. That would be like a lot of things, the roll number and other things, but for now let's just say student props, just like this, and just come here. Okay, and just say student props, and down here say student props. Okay, so for now I'm just going to put the name, and let me just say is going to equal to this. Others I'm not going to put them. I'm trying to just reduce the errors. The initial data here, you can see here we have this one having the category form props. Okay, so the category form, this is going to be single student form props. Here student type student form props, just like this, single student form props. So it have editing ID, that is true. Initial data, we'll just have this one for now. I'm just going to say any to failure to have what to put there, but we'll just work on that. And here we can just say single student form props. Okay, moving on, we still have other errors where they still have 7 errors inside this one. Okay, this is going to be save student, and then set loading data dot. So here remove all these ones, and if editing will have all these server actions. Okay, for now I'm just going to remove, and we're just going to add a toaster, and then route. I still want to keep this. Okay, so just keep if editing, and we're just going to add a toaster in a second. Okay, the toasters, we can just go ahead and add it. So for the toast, let me just add React hot toast faster. Let me bring it also nearby here, React hot toast. I feel like we have already added this. When did we add? It is another project or what? I guess maybe it was another project, I believe. So you can just like go ahead and just first of all install it by this add react hot toast, and then I'm just going to simply copy this one. So I'm just going to say yarn. Oh, just like we already have it. Let me just first try to import it. Yeah, we already actually have it. The toaster, we already have the toaster. I was feeling we already have this one installed. So right now, uh, just also eliminate those ones. So you can see we have only one error, guys, which is this save student. Save student, just like this. So right now, I'm just going to go ahead and console.log data. Console.log data. Just like this. So just going back here, we have this error. I believe if we just refresh, it should just go away. Yeah. Okay, so this so far looks great. I don't know why do we get all this max width. We could just have this expanding the whole entire place. Let me first go back to students, new here. So you have max width. I'm just going to say 6. Okay. I think this finishes the whole entire space really nicely. And this is where we're going to add our things. Now, the fact we have this other card outside, we don't need a card inside. So these other cards, I'm also going to remove them. Maybe we remain with this image card. I don't know. I feel like there is no need to have the other cards for the image, maybe because the form is going to be really big and we need to look at how we are going to do this. Okay, so for this, we're just going to start like working on that. Going back to the student form. Okay, so where do we start from? Start by putting these here. So you're just going to have students. This is going to have student. Okay, so I might just go ahead and remove this card and see how this looks like. So you can just go ahead and get this card content. Okay, I'm just going to go get this card content, just cut it and remove this whole entire card and add this here like so. Yeah, so you can see like these are directly here. What else are we going to do? So for the image, we might just like leave it. Okay, and then I'm just going to see here, create student. So here, just going to start like adding the things we need to add for the student. Okay, so the image, I think that space is good for the image. Just going to utilize this other space to add what is required for the students. Now, just going to first put the ones that we have here that are very straightforward: name, email, and then like password. So the student name and email, this way I'm just going to bring the grid. So for instance, I will have grid course. So grid course, I'm just going to say md grid course 2. Okay, and then inside here I'm just going to have the student name and email. So student name, okay, and then here just say name, and then here I'm just going to have the email, student email. I'm just going to say email, and then here the type, we just say type email. we're not going to show the icons. Okay, so if I just go back here, we have the student name and email. This is great because if you type in an email, you can see it fits in really nicely. So really, we don't need to struggle with that. So we just have the student name and this. Now down, we're just going to add more things according to this form we have here. Let me just also drag it nearby. Name and email. So we have the parent, class, and all these ones. So there is where we have password and maybe date of birth. So I'm just going to go here and I say date of birth. So instead, I'm just going to duplicate this one. Just like this. And I'm just going to just have date of birth. Date of birth. And here date. DOB. So I'm just going to save this as DOB. And just say type of date. And then this one is going to be a password input. So you say password input, and here label is going to be password. The name is going to be password, just like this. Okay, so you just go back here, we have the password. Great. Date of birth, nice. Now we have the parent and the class. So you can have the parent and class. All these ones are select inputs. Okay. So we're just going to duplicate again this one. And by the way, just for a second, before I just reuse it so much, I want to know if you just like responsive for a second. Yeah, it's good. It's good. Okay, so nice. Another one is going to be what? Okay, a parent and class. So just going to put duplicate it one more time. Okay. So here you just have to put the parent. So I'm just going to first say here parent, because it has a lot of work. Parent name parent. Okay, and then this one is let me remove this, and then also add a text input, which is going to be class. Then class. Okay, so let's see. So we have here parent and a class. So just go ahead and convert these ones to be inputs. So I can also just go back to this side. I'm just going to go to reusable components, and by the way, there is also reusable forms. Okay, we're just going to be looking at these ones in a future, but there we have reusable forms. I also put them here. We'll be using them like for instance, if we want like multiple file upload, like we have like document or files like this. Okay, for now I'm just going to go to reusable components, and what I want is this form select input, and I just want usage. So basically the usage, this is how it's going to be having. So basically you need to have this. Okay, I'm just going to first go to here on top. Let's start with the parents. So on top here, inside, Okay, I think like after the we can just like add these ones on top. So like the parents, so it will be like selected parent, selected parent, and then set selected parent is equal to use state, and this is just going to put null. Okay, so this is the first one. You need the now the list of parents, okay, which will be in the format, so you can just like have parents coming in. It doesn't matter from, can be entering from here. For now, just like put them inside here. So const parents is going to be equal to an array, and this is going to be in terms of sorry, this has to be an array. So label, so for instance, it's going to be the ID of the of the of the parent, and then so it is label and value. So value is going to be the ID. Okay, so it's going to have John Doe. So here you just have John Doe. So they have to be in this format, label and value. So just put a comma. Okay, so here you're just going to have Alan Smith, Alan Smith, and then here you're just going to have, okay, so we have these as the parents. So I'm just going to go to the form select here. So you can just go ahead and copy this form select input the way it is like this. Okay, copy, and just go to down where we have the parent. I'm just going to change this one to this. So first import the form select, and here just going to say parent option is, these are where you put the parents, and then here is selected parent, and here is set selected parent, and this is going to be add new parent if there is no any parent, and then this is going to be the link to where you can create the new parent, and this is going to be dashboard. There's going to be dashboard parents, and then new, just like this, dashboard parents new. Okay, and if we just go back to the UI, we should just have like now a nice select for the parents, and we have this new where you can add a new parent. Okay, the same thing to the class. I'm just going to go here. Okay, so down here just going to have the class, and just going to duplicate this whole entire thing because it has to be like this. So here classes, label, let's just say here S1 ID, and then here's going to be S2, just like this. Great, and then selected class, so here's going to be selected class, and then set selected class. Okay, set selected class, so this can be use state, and then have null also. So just go back down here where we have this. I'm just going to simply duplicate this one, then remove this, Then I have class. This one is class. So option is classes set. This is selected class, and then this is going to be set selected class. Add a new class, and this is going to be under academics, I guess. Academics classes new, just something like this. Okay, so you have also the class, so nice. Okay, so where do we go next? Where do we go next? The other things we have here, so you have parent class and then section. Okay, so you have the section, and these sections would want to load them automatically. We'll see how we're going to trick that one. For instance, if someone selects class 2, you want to say to bring the class 2 sections, right? Yeah, you would want to create the class 2 sections. So we'll just see how we are going to trick that one, but let's for now add the grid. So I'm just going to add another grid here for the classes. So just going to come here and add so just go and duplicate for the class. So up here we go also duplicate this. Okay, so I'm just going to go here and say sections. Now sections are extremes. These are sections or streams. Like within a class you can have the streams. Okay, you can just call them sections, but for me I'm very familiar them as streams. Like you can have senior 2 stream A, senior 3 stream B. So these ones, if we're just going to say senior 1 A, so this will be S1A. Okay, you can just like have S1A, S2. For instance, you can just have like here S1B, and then S2A, and then S2B. Okay, this like this. Okay, so this one is going to be selected. Okay, S2B, and they just come here selected. Okay, selected stream and set selected stream. Like the what this is the spelling of the stream. I'm just going to say can I say class stream, like if that what exists. Class stream class. A stream is an abstract, is the abstract base class of streams. A stream is an abstraction of a sequence, but such as a file. And okay. Okay, I'm just going to use class streams. You can just like choose for easier sections, but they don't really look with me. Just like have the streams. Streams are the ones I'm used with. You can just like change them to sections. So I will just go down here now. I don't know, we are adding section and what. So we have there are some other things here. Gender, blood group. These are supposed to be added on top somewhere. Okay, so we have section. We already have birthday. I'm just going to put, there is a student phone number, student profile image. So I have another one. I'm just going to check in this. I think I have some other slides which have more information. So let's look at, for instance, at this one. First name, last name. By the way, might just like also want to correct them in this format: first name, last name. Then birthday, gender, blood group. So there's birthday, gender, blood group. So like there are some which are like actually 3 columns, like this one. Really, it makes sense. Okay. I'm just going to rethink about this, because like we are giving this image this whole entire space. Will be wasting this. Can we just like add this somewhere so that we just see what space we have here and we use it really nicely? So if you just see, this is a grade call 2 and like this. I'm just going to go ahead. So this image input right now, can I just like cut this? Okay, let me just like first go take off this, and I'm just going to say here, you don't need even to put this right now. Okay, just like put 12 then, and then this image input, we look for read some space somewhere. Okay. I will get it a space somewhere. I'm just going to go here. I'm just going to go ahead and place it here. Let me also put in a grid, just like this. We just want to utilize, okay, this is how it looks like, but just first leave it. We'll get it somewhere. So with this one, we can create grids of 3 instead of 2. Okay, and we can kind of like here instead, can we kind of do, yeah, we need maybe 5xl. Okay, this makes sense. Like to add a breathing space, really touching on the sides doesn't look really professional, but still we can just like do 3. So I feel like we can have first name, last name, because those ones can be used to create the ID. Those things really matters. There is I think surname and last name. Then I just like surname. It's like that's how they say like the surname. So like this surname, family name, and then like last name, the name that is shared by members of the family. So okay, so we have to have the surname and what? So it's just like surname and first name. Um, we could just like use like first name and last name. I don't know. That would be maybe easy to understand for us. I'm just going to go here. Now we'll be like adding, we can just like add 3 things really. But for the names, I'm just going to try first name and last name. Okay, first name, and then here is going to be last name, student last name. And then it's going to be like last name. Okay, so we could just like add them if we even if we tried add them, three of them, first name, last name, and then the email. We could do this grid calls 3, and then okay, you could just say LG, and then you're like MD grid calls 2. Let's see how this one goes. So you can see like we have first name, last name, email. Like all these ones fits in really nicely. If you just come here, you can see it can fit in really nicely because the form is huge. And then we just go next. Reserve guardian, that's like the parent. Actually, like that is like makes sense. Like the parent should be brought really near. So you could just say date of birth and then the parent. Okay, so I'm just going to bring the parent for right now. So the first one is good. So you could just like bring 3 of them. Let's see how this one can be featured. So I will move this one. Let's just move it here where you have the parent, and instead of like the class and section, there should be 2 of them. So I will bring also make them 3. Let me just try and see. So if I try this, okay, so I need to bring gender. Yeah, this still works. Yeah, so I just need to bring gender. So we have also gender. So here I'm just going to have gender here. Okay, I can just like copy this and just add here gender. So here can just be genders. Yeah, spelling like genders, does this genders have like the spelling or something? So label can be male, like male, and then like female, female, just like this. Okay, so just remove these. So just going to be selected gender, selected gender. Okay, and set selected gender. I don't like that there's a spelling of like gender for sure. I'm not sure at all. So in this, while we have the parent, we can just have like 3 things. We can have date of birth, which I believe we have it somewhere here. Just going to cut it. We'll bring it here. It's going to be select parent, then gender. So here's going to be gender, and then date of birth. So here you can just say gender. Okay, and then like genders, selected gender, set selected gender, add a new gender. So like the genders, you don't need to add a new gender for this matter. You just remove that. Okay, let's just see how this one looks like. Okay, so you have select parent, select gender, like I say male, and here you could just even just say is searchable but false. Like this is only 2 things. can we just see other things we have here, like can I just say form select? Like we could just also be passing in is searchable. You can see here we have this, it can be true or false. So could just say is searchable, and then we put, but here we just like put it to have is searchable all the time, but we can disable is searchable because like I don't think like here on this is really necessary. You have only two things. Okay, and I guess this is like under optimization, like removing it. Can I just say here in the props, can I just say is searchable? Okay, this is not going to be required, and this is going to be a boolean is. This is how the spelling of is searchable. Just copy this to make sure we have the right spelling. So this is a boolean, and this one I'm just going to say is equal to true, and then I can just say here is searchable is equal is searchable. So this works. That means if I come to the form here and I pass in is searchable, and then I just say this one is going to be false. So that means like it should not show the that. So you can say I have male and female without the search. Great. Okay, so I think that one just went in really well. Okay, so what next? I'm just going to go back to the slide. This seems like this one has really nice things. Okay, we have Brad group. Then we have nationality, I think, birth certificate number, then religion. Okay, so we have the birthday, of which we already have. Gender, we have it, and the parent. Okay. Okay, and then we have now nationality. You see, so now we can just like choose the using our countries API, where the countries we created. So you have nationality, and then we have birth certificate and religion. That sounds good. So we'll also just say maybe the password. I'm just going to have phone, password, and maybe the state. That one is okay. Phone, password. So here where we have the password, I'm just going to go ahead and have the text input. So here, copy this. So where we have the password here. So this one is going to be phone, name phone, and then here is going to be type tail. Okay, so here we could just like put our telephone. I don't want to complicate this. I'm just going to leave it like this, and then I'm just going to have this one which is going to be okay, password. And the last one which we want to join on this is okay, nationality. So phone, state. So you think you can just like add like nationality. Okay, so yeah, we can just like add nationality, and nationality is going to be a form select. Okay, so just go down here, nationality. So here's going to be nationality. Okay, for the nationality, we already have this. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and also do the same here. So just going to say nationality. Okay, so you can just duplicate this. Okay. Just put them here. So here, just going to use the countries. And for this one, we want also to fix this one. So you can just go to the contact here where we have this. We can just go and get where we have the country somewhere. And if we just have anywhere we have, yeah, so here just going to copy this to read things, copy, and just go back to the student form to where we have these things for the nationality. So here under nationality, you can just say initial country code, and then you say import countries. We have them. I don't know if I'll just like leave a link to the countries. So countries.find. Okay, so you're just going to be selected nationality, selected nationality is equal set selected nationality. Okay, and here just going to be initial country, so we can just go ahead and try this. So while we have nationality down here, I'm just going to say countries, and then it's going to be selected nationality and set selected nationality. So we can't add, so just going to remove these. Okay, just see how this looks like. So we have this, all the countries are there. We need to just copy this block here and also add it to this. Okay, so we have the phone number, nationality, and the password. Okay, so maybe you could just like a student password. Here, just going to say label is student password. We could just like add a tooltip if you wanted. Let's see the options do we have here. Do we have, yeah, a tooltip text which says password will be used by student and a student portal. Now sometimes like they normally use, sometimes you find some other systems use the student reg number in their email or something as the password. If you want that, then like it would be something you can't just do. You set the password to that, but since we can just give just a hint here by user student and the student portal. Okay, and then we have now next information. Okay, so we still have the birth certificate number and religion. I don't think like some of these things like they are required. Okay. So there is a state. I'm just going to put state stroke village. So in the next one, since we already have the parent, I'm just going to say state. So here I'm just going to say state of village. So in this next one, we already have the parent. Okay, so I'm just going to go and get the text input here. So you can have the state, like I don't know, and then it's going to be state. You can remove this type, and then another one is going to be birth certificate number, and then the religion. Birth certificate number, and then the religion. Birth certificate number. So here, but what is like the purpose of the birth certificate number really? I don't know. Like sometimes like the school can correct too much information. Like birth certificate number. Okay. Just going to add it here. Birth certificate like number, and then it's going to be like I'm just going to say BCN, birth certificate number, and then last is going to be religion. So here I'm just going to have a form select for the regions. So I'm just going to go here, and then I will have for religion. Let me just go here and copy this. Okay, so down here I'm just going to have religion. This one is very okay for the religion. Religions, so you can just have Catholic, Roman Catholic, and then he's going to be Catholic, and then like Anglican, is it Anglican or Anglican? Okay, I don't know, but this is Anglican. I'm just going, you can just go ahead and put as many, which I think will just get a good array for this. Islam, and then like set selected religion, and then he's going to be, oh, this is selected. I'm just going to have here selected religion. Okay, so I will just go down here. Okay, you can just like add this, and also another idea is we'll see in the future we might just like customize this. Let me just go to where we have the birth certificate number. Okay, so this one is going to be religion, religions, selected religion. Okay, set selected religion. So here, just going to do this. There will be no adding religion. And this one we can just say also is searchable. I don't know if you just need to search like for the nationality is okay. For religion, do you need to search like maybe they can be many? Yeah, these days the religions are really many. So just going to leave the search there. Let's get this class. This one. And let's add it to this. Okay. Good. This is good. What else do we have on the information? So we have the address. Okay. We have the address. I think we first put the class section and then group. And we not put the group. Maybe we just like put the other things. I'm just going to say class section. So we don't have yet that one. So you can just have it like somewhere where we have the class and section. Okay. Let me just go and do that. So just going to create one for class section. So we duplicate this. Okay. So inside here, I can just first remove this and also this. So we already have classes. So label is going to be class, classes, and then he's going to be selected class, and then he's going to be set class. Okay. That one is okay. And then from the class you get the streams. So here you can say streams, of course this is going to be stream, and then say selected stream. And okay, and then like set selected stream. Okay. So we need one more thing, which can be, I guess, address, class section, group. I think we don't have, we want to say like a group. The ones who have houses you find in the school, but I think we're not going to consider that. I'm just going to say maybe we have roll number, registration number, and admission number, admission date. What can I add as the third thing? What can we add? Register number. I'm just going to add here the roll number. So for now, let's like add roll, the roll number. So just get any text input here. Okay, I'm just going to say roll number. roll number, just like this. Okay, so there are some other ones going to be registration number, admission date. So we have register number and admission date. I'm just going to put those one last. Okay, duplicate this one, duplicate just like this. Okay, I'm just going to first remove these and these. So here we have the reg number, registration number, and this is going to be reg number, then admission date, admission date, admission date, just like this. Okay, so you can just like first leave it like that, and then down here I'm just going to have the image. And so what I'm just going to do is I will combine this. Okay, I'll combine this. So inside here we have the text area and then the image. So how about putting these ones also in their own grid? So I'm just going to say grid dot grid cores md grid cores 2 and dot gap 3. Okay, so you're just going to paste this one. So first of all, put this and this. So these ones are going to be in the same div, like this. Okay, and then this image will be here. Okay, so this right now they look like this. First of all, let me just go in this one. I will remove this ROG. These ones have to finish this whole entire space. Okay, I think I can just like work admission date, and maybe we could just put them like this. Yeah, I think that one is much better. It matches here. And then for the image, this is going to be student profile image, and we'll just go here and say student profile image, and we can just like go and set this in the API upload thing core. So here where we have the category image, I can just simply duplicate this and add it like so, Okay, and then I'm just going to go back to student form, and then we have it. So I will just give the default image URL. So up here we have the image URL like this. So you can say initial data dot, and then if it is not there, then we have the placeholder. So I'm just going to get the student image placeholder. So you can just go here, flat icons. So just going to flat icons. Okay, student. Student avatar. Maybe I can just get a student avatar, something like this. Just need to get any student avatar looks good. I don't know why they put these with caps. I can just go and just say here profile. Okay, so you just get any of these ones will work. Okay, this one looks good. Let me just go and download this one. Okay, I will copy this. Just go to the public images, and I can paste this man here. I'm just going to rename this to student. Okay, I will just go back to the form here, and here I'm just going to put images student.png. Okay, so this one should just give us just go ahead and refresh. Okay, something like this. Okay, something like this. Now for the image here, I'm also going to make some changes to this one. Just go to this. So if you check about it, you can see we are using a card. So in this case, I don't know if a card is really suitable, but what we can also do is we should be able to pass in the class name here. So I'm just going to come here and I say class name. So for this one, class name, and this one we just have a string, but I think we're just going to make it not required. So just come here and I say class name. And then where do we want to apply this? Here. First of all, for some reason here, I'm just going to put a width of maybe 500 by 500. And then here we have this. So I will just put these ones on the image. So I will use CN for these styles, and if you pass in any class name, so here I'm just going to pass in the class name just like this. Okay, so if, for instance, if I added and the student form, I just came here and I said class name, and then I add something, for instance, rounded, sorry, object, for instance, contain, object contain is necessary with type string. Oh, okay, so this one is supposed to be just string. Okay, so if I just do that, you can see these changes and it looks more nice. Okay, and it looks more nice. You can upload the student image like this. And then for another thing I could just do this is what else could we do with this? I don't know, but this looks much better. Okay, looks much better, I believe so. So we have all this information on the student. What I want to do right now is go to the footer. This one is going to be students, and this is also going to be student. Okay, so what we want at the end of the day is if we submit this data, okay, and this should just be looking absolutely good on, just going to handle on this one, but so far this form looks good. Okay, this form looks good on the phone, as you can see. Just going to change this description to admission. So on top here, we're also going to hide this the cross button on the small screen. I thought we did this on, let me just go in the header. This should be in the header, this whole logic. So from header, I'm just going to go and say that. So you can see we have back, then we have the title, and then the scrolls. So you can just like have this and say dot hidden, and then you can just say dot md block, something like this. This should just be able to solve the problem. We have save student, and we don't we have it really looking amazing. So you can see this looks great on the phone too. Okay, so I'm just going to remove this. Okay, so the only thing right now we need is to prepare this data, and we're able to submit it in an object so that we, and by the way, we're just going to be working concurrently on the API, because there is no way how we can there is no way how we can be having only forms and then we don't know what is happening. We're going to be concurrently working on these things. That's how we're going to do it. If we come to create student, for instance, create student, you need to have the parents, so you have to have also the parents, and then you also have to have, for instance, another thing that is required is to have this class and streams. These ones, they will have to be managed. So these three things will also have to be done as we move on, for instance. Okay, so we have the students. Now we can, under students, we can also have like really like parents if we wanted, because like the students, the parents goes under parents, but we can also have the parents management, Okay, and then like we really, but the parents has no many things that are going to be apart from just looking at them. There is no big thing you're just going to have with the parents, so you might just like actually put the parents under. It just feels so weird to put them under student management. Like these, they belong under this one. But anyways, you're just going to have the students and also have the teachers, like that, like that. Okay. Just going to, we'll have the teachers. Yeah. So you can just maybe have them as under what? Users or something. Okay. We just like see where to fix them. But for now, so having done this one, we could just say quickly use the same form, and we create like the parent, adding a guardian or a parent. Really, it should be really easy. We could just end up creating that form. Let me see the time. Yeah, we still have like some good time. Okay, so maybe I'm just going to go ahead and create the sidebar. So just going to have parents and also teachers. Mm, maybe we're just going to create here one for users. I really feel like we're going to have librarian, what, and others. So I'm just going to go and create users. Okay. Under the app sidebar, so sidebar. So after the students, I just want to before the academics. Okay, before the academics, I'm just going to go ahead and just need one which has few things. Like these ones have a lot of things. Anyways, let me just copy this and just go after the students. So I'm just going to say users. So this is going to be like users cog something. Like, do you have like users cog or something? Okay, I'm just going to say stick to users. So for instance, I'm just going to have the parents. And then these ones are going to be users, parents. So we can just have other members. We're just going to put them here like administration, other users. We'll just add them here. For now, I don't know which ones. Let's say, for instance, librarian or secretary. Just say secretary. And then he's going to be users secretary, just like this. So we can just go ahead and create this, and we create the parents. Okay, so I'm just going to go to dashboard, and then you will have also the users. So you just say dashboard users, and then inside the users, let's create new. Okay, you're just going to create parents. So this is why we create parents folder, and then we created a new folder, and then we create page.tsx. Okay, RFC. Here we have the new parent, Okay, we just have also to add the columns. So here just going to have columns.tsx plus page.tsx rfc. So this is why just going to have a button. Okay, and inside here you add a link, new parent, href, and then here you can just like add dashboard users parents new, just going to say as child. So going back here, you can just like have users, and then we have the parents. Okay, the parents page in don't have the dashboard. Okay, just go here, we need to put here dashboard. So even these ones is going to be like dashboard users, something like this. So we have to fix this dashboard. Okay, let's first go back here, and then you have parents. Okay, new parent. Okay, so you can see dashboard users parent new. So this is why we are going to add the form. All right, so I'm just going to simply go and get whatever we have in the students new, just like this, more especially the max width. So I just copy everything, put it in the parent new. Let's remove all what we don't want. Start with the tab list. Okay, I need the card, so I'm just going to go get the card. I'm just going to add it in here. So even this one I don't want, I'm just going to go and do this. Okay, so making things constant, you can see here we have parents and it have this thing. Okay, so I'm not sure, just going to come here and maybe we duplicate this. So under students, we can just say also create another one for the users, and we have the student form. Copy, go to users and paste, and let's just say parent form. And even here I'm just going to say parent or parent form. Okay, so of course these ones are going to change. So I can just ask here, can you list the form inputs for creating or for registering a parent? Registering a parent details. I might just like, no, what do we need here? Okay, I just see here personal information, title or Mr. First name, last name. Okay, relationship to the student. Okay, that one's good. National ID, good. Date of birth, gender, and the profile photo. The contact information. Okay, so okay, even and then address information. And speaking of address, I think we forgot one thing here to change, which was actually address, where we added the last thing here. Just remembered. So where we have this text area, this is address. And then here is going to be also address. Okay, so taking in this, it looks like also like additional information, emergency phone, emergency contact. Let's start with the biodata information. Title. So I'm just going to go in this parent form, which we have right now down here. We'll see the ones we have not used. So this is going to be parents, and there is the parent here is users, and then is going to be parent. So the first one we are having is the title. So is it a Mr. or a Miss? So this sounds like also like it is a select. Okay, so it is a select. So I'm just going to go and put here titles. So I'm just going to check one thing here, titles. So titles. Okay. Okay, maybe just simply duplicate just for now. Okay, so I will just come here and say titles. Okay, so Mr. Miss, so here just going to have Mr. And then here just going to have Mrs. and here Mrs. Okay, selected title, set selected title. Okay, so you can just go now the first one here. Okay, I'm just going to use a form select. Okay, and here is going to be title, titles, then he's going to be selected title. Okay, and he is going to be set selected title, and then these ones, remove them. Then we have the names, first name and last name. Okay, this is first name and then last name. Okay, so we could just like add this email in the last name, and then we have the relationship. So this first one, then we have relationship. So go in the second one. I'm just going to go and put this. So this is going to be relationship. Okay, so let me just go here and I'm just going to say relationship. So the relationships, we have father, mother, guardian, and other. So you're just going to have mother, and then you have father, and then we have the guardian, and then we have like other. So you can say other, and then here is going to be selected relationship, set selected relationship, and here you just get a relationship or relationships. There's even have plural relationships. So just going to put father to be the one to be the first one. So you can just say go to where we have now the relationship, and here we just say relationships. Okay, and then here selected relationship, set selected relationships. We are not adding any new relationships. Okay, so you have the relationships. There is the national ID. Okay. So we have date of birth. Have gender. I don't know if yes, like gender makes sense at this point. So because I guess email will need it, but for now let me just turn this to national ID number, national ID stroke passport. Okay, and then here just going to be name, and then even here is going to be type is text, and another one is date of birth, and then we have gender, okay, so here just going to leave the gender. I will get date of birth, and I take it in the next one. Okay, and so we have the profile photo, so that one is also going to be there. So we have the phone number. We're just going to put only one phone number for the parent. Okay, so date of birth, phone, and nationality. Okay, I think nationality is okay. Then I'm just going to cut this one, and I'm just going to pass it to the next one. This is going to be like the parent password. Okay, and then like we have state. Do we need to add all these WhatsApp number? So everything is okay. So just going to say phone. So here just going to say phone. Phone. So just going to pass the type of maybe tier. And lastly, we're just going to have the WhatsApp number. So WhatsApp number, that one is really like WhatsApp number. This is just really important because you just want to add these in like a group, the parents in a group or something, which is really useful. Okay, just see other information we need. So far we don't have the email, so I'm just going to cut off this one. Password doesn't seem to match here, so I will just add this one as email, type email, and name email. Okay, so the next one I will start with the password. Okay, this is other information. Okay, there is preferred contact method. I think this is really good. Okay, so instead of the classes, preferred means of contact methods. You see here, contact methods. Okay, so the first one we have phone, email, WhatsApp. Phone, email, and then WhatsApp. WhatsApp, just like that. So going back to here, this one is going to be preferred. Contact method, and then these ones are like contact methods. Okay, we didn't do selected thing, so it's going to be the selected method, set selected method. So here is going to be selected method and set selected method. Okay, and then I'm just going to move this one to be on top here. So what next? We have street address, city, state, that is not going to be country, occupation. Okay, I'm just going to put here occupation. Okay, I'm just going to add here text. Just going to have occupation. Just so let's make the name here to be occupation. So I'm just going to say occupation, and then we can just like remove this tooltip. It is not really required. Okay, so let's see what's next. Company, we just need occupation. Then work, phone, work, this is not required. Then we have the emergency contact, like alternative person, like the emergency contact person. Then relationship, we're just going to put that one. Then preferred language, access portal to the parent portal, newsletter subscription, additional notes. So we'll have also to put the address. So I'm just going to first remove these ones here and even this one. So even this whole block, we're just going to remove it. Okay, so there is this block that has the image actually. So I'm just going to move these two things, this and this one, cut them. I will move them inside. I just like move them inside here. Just like this, and then here just going to have this one as address also. So address, and then here address. Okay, then this is going to be the parent profile image. Then this one's going to be also parent. Okay, we can just go and work on this. I'm just going to go and work on this in the upload thing here. So I will go and duplicate this and just make this one to be the parent profile image. So going back the parent form, I think this should be enough. Okay, and then this is going to be parents, parent, here is going to be users, and then here is going to be the parent. Okay, and I just go and see under the parents new, let's go and put this form for the parent here. So let's go to the users. So here we have the students, we have the parents new. So instead of this one, I will just simply add the parent form just like this. So you can just go ahead and remove all these. We are not using even the tabs. Okay, going back here, we have create parent with 8 fewer things, but the same thing. You can see a preferred contact. Okay, and then where do we have the password? Okay, so we need to have somewhere the password for the portal. We don't have it really right now, but we can just add it on these ones. Okay, so going back to this parent form, we can just like add, just go here where we have the occupation. Okay, I'm just going to go and add the password. So here's going to be the password input. Okay, so just going to have here password. This label is going to be parent portal password. Okay, so this is the password they will use. Okay, let me just also add this in the grid. So we could just go here and put space y of 3, just add some spaces on this, so this looks good. Okay, great. So far so good. We have the form for the parent. This is good. So that means that if I just went back to the students, new student. Okay, so we have to go and connect where we have select like this here. Okay, so let me just go to the students student form here, where we have the parents. We can just go where we have the parent here. So this is going to be users parents new. So if I just go back here and I say add new parent, it should just take me to create this parent here. Okay, and that's why this should also be added here. There are these things which are going to make hey, there is where we have the classes and the streams, we need to add the links. Okay, for the classes and the streams we need these two links. Just go down here where we have for instance the class, add a new class. So this is going to be maybe academics. Classes new. Similarly to the streams, add a new stream. So it's going to be dashboard academics, and then he's going to be streams new, just like that. Okay. So I think that should be it. you can just like add new class, and you can also add new stream, just like that. And it should be sort of I'm thinking of rearranging something where we have this second line where we have the parent. We might just like put these ones because they will be requiring to create them just in case. And the problem is that if you put, and this might I don't know, we might just like have to tap this, and maybe it be like in a new after you have added this, you click on this new class and have added a new class. The problem is that it might not reflect until you refresh the page. So the problem is that if you have already filled all this information, now refreshing a page really is a pain. Okay, so meaning like this should be in at least the second line. You really see that here on this second line we have them, so that will be somehow strategic for us, right? So I'm just going to swap where we have the class. Okay, class and stream, these two ones. I will just go get this and get this one. I will cut them and go to the where we have the parent. So where we have this one. Okay, so now I'm also going to copy these two. Okay, I'm just going to cut them just like this, and let's take them to where we have this one. Okay, let's just now check. Okay, so now you can see we have the parent, the class, and the stream. So these ones, person can easily see that we need to create these ones if they don't exist already. And yeah, that would be really, really nice. And we can also just like we could also put a note. Okay, we could just like add a dismissible note. We can add like to help a person. I just need to create in v0 a dismissible orange banner. So like create for me a dismissible banner that takes message type. For instance, type can be info, success, just like this. Okay, so I'm just going to just text a message and then text this one. Okay, and so let's go and see. Not the banner should, so say the banner should have different colors according to the type. So just see what it can create. This is going to be helpful. For instance, if there is a note we want to pass on this page, it is very easy. For instance, if you just go here and you give a hint to the person who is going to be here, you are like, please first create ABC before you proceed, because it is so much hurting if he has already registered or put in some information and then he has to refresh the page. It is really, really hurting. Okay, so we have to put that note in, like to help the person to really know that up front. So I'm just going to go here and refresh this. It seems like there is something here. Oh, it seems like it has already created it. Okay. However, I'm not seeing the information. Okay, so let me just go and see if we can have this dismissible banner. I'm just going to actually call it info banner. So in the components, we already have the some banners like promo banner. Just going to say this info banner .tsx. Just going to say info banner. Okay, so by default it has this type. Okay, info success. I don't know, like success on it too. We could just like put many. So let me just try to call this call using one of these here. And I'm just going to go, for instance, in the student form. So we could just like add it on top of the form here. Let's see. I'm just going to say info banner. Let's see how this turns out. Okay, this let me see, grid core store of. I don't know if it's supposed to be put inside here. I could just like also add it inside the form here. Okay, how about just see if we just take it to where we have like the tabs. In this case, maybe in the new page here. So let's see where we have this student form. We could just like have some info banner here, and we could just say here, for instance, please first create the parents. First, please create the parent, class, and stream. Okay, so like this. Okay, so you can see we have the message here. I would want to make it maybe more or less smaller than that. Let's first see here. Info icon, SpaceX. Message font text. I think if this is like supposed to be like some classes here. Okay, so it has this padding, this banner variant CVA. This is where they we are creating this. So it's info blue this. So there is this padding. Why? Since it's going to say padding y of 2 and px of 4. Just I really want it that small. And maybe can I just like add imagine bottom for now? Imagine bottom of 3. And let's give it also a max width of 3xl mx auto, and just like that. Maybe just don't give this, I don't know. And we could just go the variants here. We create another variant for instance warning, and this is going to be bg, I don't know, like warning supposed to be what, like orange. Okay, and then we can have also another one for maybe delete. It's like delete, or I don't know, danger. You say danger, and it's going to be red, red, red. Okay, so default is info, and then here just going to have here more. I'm just going to have warning, and then we also have danger. Okay, so okay, yeah, so I'm just going to go and maybe go to where we have this, and it is under the dashboard students, where we have this info banner. I'm just going to first put as warning and see if this really changes the colors. Yeah, so you can see it changes the colors to orange, and this can be like an indication that, okay, please first create the parent class and the stream maybe before you proceed. Or you could just say please make sure you have already created the parent class and stream for this student, just to really help this person. Yeah, so you can just even just like go and close this, and he moves on if he has already created that. So this is good. Okay, and for the parent there is no any warning. If he just goes to create the parent, there is no need here of anything you're going to be creating really. Okay, you can see there is no anything like that. Then for this, can I put this in the center? Image input, I just need to put this in the center. So can you give this class name text center? Okay, great. So I think this looks great for now. So I'm just going to go ahead and create classes and streams the forms so that in the next video we'll be working on actual Node.js to create these ones so that we can be able to create a student. So under academics, can see here under academics we have even report cards. Did I put a report card this side? I feel like report card should be like under student. Like I don't know. Academics fees, what do they have those ones in finance? Fee management. Okay, I think this like should be under finance for sure. So where do we have classes and streams? Like where do I have where do we get those ones? Oh, they come just like to the this thing here is supposed to be created very well. Why are we still having this here? I will have to customize it. We have this logo only. Okay, we'll have to customize that in, but for now let's focus on what we want to do. So under academics, communication, finance, resources. Okay, so where do we put the streams and classes? Let me just see here. Okay, academics. Yeah, that's why we have the classes, subjects, and all that stuff. Okay, so under academics, let me just go in app sidebar. So inside the academics, okay, academics, we have this curriculum. So I'm just going to start by putting the classes instead. Classes here, academics. So here we'll have the dashboard. Like dashboard academics. I'm just going to get this the dashboard thing and just like add it to this. This is dashboard academics classes. Okay, and this is going to be instead of timetable, let me just add streams. So here I'm just going to have streams. So to avoid these ones, are just going to go to like sections, and then it's going to have dashboard academics streams, just like this. And then we have timetable. So I'm just interested in this first two. So if you just go back here under, for instance, class. Okay, so this has already expired. Let's just go to where we have academic class. We have class and classroom. What is that? Okay, so the class has just only a name. Okay, so the class has only a name, I believe, with the slug, and we can see streams under this class 8, class 5. Okay, so this is going to be really easy, and I think for that so we could just actually have I wish you could just like have had the classes and the streams in one place, because like there is no one who have like classes like 100 classes. Like you'll find you have like really like classes would have like them created Okay. Mm, I would not want to create them really like this. So I would want to have a class where you can create like a new class, and then like a class, and these ones we don't need to create pages. That is a big wastage of pages really in that case. So what I'm just going to do is I'm just going to take this v0 to create for me something. So just going to say I want you to design. So yes, I want you to create a page. So basically what I want is this. Let me show you what I'm trying to create, how it looks like. We did it in the medical app, we did it in the Project Pro. So let me just show you here what I mean. So when you go, for instance, on the payments, I just want something like this. So you have like the class name, and then when you click on it, you have the streams. Like when I click on this one, it shows me the that like the streams. I think the good one would be the file manager. Okay, something like this, where you have like the name of this. So I'm just going to have a UI like this one. Can I just like screenshot this so that it is very easy to relate on what I'm explaining it to do? Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and screen something like this. Go ahead and copy, and I'm just going to go to v0. I want to create a UI. Okay, create a UI that shows the classes with their sections. Okay, e.g. a class of e.g. class 5 can have sections like 5a, 5b, like that. So I'm just going to say I want a UI which has a list of classes on the left, and on the right I want to see the sections for the selected class. By default, okay, this is I think enough. I have here a similar design to give you an idea of what I'm talking about. Okay, so I'm just going to upload this. Okay, so it's going to continue and say instead of folders, I want them to be classes, and instead of, so if you just go here of personal documents, like, and then inside, instead of what it is a personal document, I want to see the streams. So instead of personal documents, okay, and I'm just going to say on the right, I want to see the classes, the sections. Okay. For each section, you can show some details like the number of students and number of students in that section. And okay, so we can just like first leave it like this. We see what is going to try to do. This can just help us where we have like just going to go and say the here, just say here classes and streams. Okay, just like this, and then I can just save and remove this one. Okay, so dashboard. So if you just go back this side, students, users. Okay, let's create academics. So here we just need to create a new folder called academics. Inside academics, we can create another folder for classes. And inside the classes, we can create a new file which has page.tsx. And this is where we're going to be doing everything. For this one, we don't even have columns and all that, because the pages, the classes are going to be few for sure. So you can just say h2 here of classes. Okay, let me just go here. Okay, this seems like a nice thing. So you can search classes, which is nice, with the total student like of that class. And if you just do this, you can see that this has 3 sections, A, B, C, with the students and even the class teachers. This is really nice. Okay. So I'm just going to tell it didn't add the buttons for creating a new class. So just going to say, just going to tell it that add icon buttons. You can just say add buttons for creating just add buttons for creating class, editing class, icon. Just say here add icon buttons, creating class, editing class, and also okay, even deleting class, creating, editing, deleting class, and also icon buttons for adding section, edit, and delete. Okay, just see if it just can add those to this design. This will be really nice. Okay. Just wait and see. Okay, you can see here edit and delete. Nice. And then we have the add, also added bang. So here you can see this plus is for adding a class, and then you have add section. This is really nice. I love this. So just going to copy this, and instead of putting this direct here, I'm just going to say classes. So in this side of the dashboard, okay, so and dashboard, I'm just going to add this classes .tsx. I'm just going to add this and see if we have anything to install. Scroll area. So let's just go ahead and install scroll area from shard. So I just go here and say shard and just go scroll area. Okay, scroll area. So installation, I'm just going to go here, pnpm. Okay, so just go here and add this. Okay, let's just make sure it installs before we proceed. Okay, so it was added. Nice. Okay, so we still have like 2 errors here going on here because of this selected thing. Okay, we'll handle that one, but for now I just want to add this one. I'm just going to say class, maybe just say class list, class listing. Okay, just going to say class listing for failure to get a good name. Even this one, I'm just going to say class listing, and just go to the classes here, and just going to link this here, class listing. So just go back to this. So where we have in this, where we have the classes and this for the students, where we have the students, where do we have the students? New student. So just going to update these links for the same for the class. So class and the stream, they are going to be the same. So student form. So in the student form, where you have the parents, so for these ones are going to be academics classes. Even this one is going to be academics classes. Add a new stream. just going to add section. Okay, for those ones who want section. Okay, so if I just go back here, I can just click on this, add a new class, and it should take us. Okay, so we have one error, client component. Okay, just go try to class listing, make this use client. We can also fix, try to ask it to fix this. Okay, element implicitly has any because no index signature with parameter number was found. I'm just going to, if you hover even here, the same thing. So I'm just going to put this, even the section here. I can just like type this in the v0 here, like so, and can try to fix the types. Okay. So meanwhile, if we go back here and refresh, it should show. Okay, so this looks nice. You can see 5 class 5. It has this one classes class 5, and it has 5a, this and that, and you can see the sections that are very clear. If you just click 6, should show the sections for 6 like that. Okay, we'll work on that to be dynamic, but so far this is looking great. Didn't have the icons. Did I just like haven't updated? Okay, let me just go here, class sections. Okay, just go copy this and just go here and update. Class, I'm just going to say here class listing, class listing. Is there anything else I need to do? Just class listing only. Okay, use client. Okay, just go here and use client. So if you just go here, let's see. Okay, so yeah, let me see this. So we have this, fairly good. I love this. Okay, we have all the necessary buttons, add section, and also we have this one, add class. This is really nice. Okay. What I'm just going to do is now adding in the forms for this, and this is going to be where we are going to cross from after we have added this. Let me just look here and we add some sort of like, let me see where we have the classes. Okay, these are where we are adding them here, selected. For this, can we add space y of 3? Let me just see if I can add space y. Yeah, so this is much better right now. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and try to add in the, if you click on this plus, it should just like have an a pop-up coming on this, so that we can just actually add in like a class name. The same thing for the section, and we'll stop from those forms. So if you just go back to if you go back to our docs, so you can just say docs dot this is hub. Just go here to where we have reusable components. Then you see reusable forms. So you can see the first form is this pop-up without card. Okay, there is pop-ups with card, I guess. There is pop-up with card like this. If you want, you can use this one, but I'm just going to use this one, pop-up without any card. Okay, so what you need to do is simply copy this one, copy this, and let's go ahead and create. I'm just going to go ahead and create in under forms, dashboard forms. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and create, for instance, academics. And then here I'm just going to put, for instance, let's start with the class. Okay, just say class form dot tsx rfc. Okay, class form. Okay, I'm just going to paste this one instead, and I just say here class form class. Okay, so you can just say go ahead and remove everything here, and not really everything, just remove the one with the types and everything, like these ones, just remove these ones, and let's go ahead and put them. So we need the props, for instance the classroom props. So you can see for the props, so this is going to be type export type class props, and you can just say equals. So here you just need the class name string. I think for now only we could just also have like a slug. I'm not so sure if we really need a slug in this case, but just have the class, and then he just gonna say class props. The same thing goes to here, class props, and for this one is okay. Then we have the use ID. For now, I don't know what is going to be required or not, but I'm just going to go and comment these ones in editing. Just go ahead and comment out these. We don't need to worry about them right now. Now for this button, we'll just get the button. Okay, and then for the text input, also get the text input. Then submit button, also get the submit button. So you can see we have remaining with only one error, which is installing this dialog. So I'm just going to go ahead and install the dialog. Very easy dialog, just like this. Okay, meanwhile I'm just going to be removing things we are not using. For instance, the card is not being used. Okay, so move this down. Okay, so we don't have any errors right now. So what we need right now is bringing this button. So I'm just going to go back to the classes page. So where we have this class listing, we just need to look for where we have the, like for instance, this thing. So we need to wrap it also in the tooltip provider. So we can first get the tooltip thing and we take it their side. So I'm just going to go with this one. Go to it where we have the class form. So on top here, we can just add this. And then going back to the class listing here, let's go and take this. Okay, so I'll just cut this and I add the class form just like this. Go inside here. Okay, so to where we have, for instance, the create. Okay, so we have the dialog trigger button. Okay, let me just try this. And then we have also this one. I don't know if I can just add it also in the provider, but let's first look at this. Sort of like have one problem inside the class listing. Okay, adding these, for instance, the required ones. We have the use ID. For instance, the use ID. I don't know if we will need the use ID in any way. For now, we just like remove this or make it not required. I don't know what we will need for that case. Okay, let's see how this looks like. Okay, still have the same thing. Can I refresh? I'm just going to click and nothing is happening for now. So just go to the class form. So I think just because of this tooltip provider, because we have the tooltip trigger which sends to the button. Can you just like here also, like I don't have as a child tooltip. Remember this is also in the trigger, which is also as a child. I think it takes it to this one. So I don't know how to sort of this. So if I just wrap this, can I just ask it to fix this? I'm just going to ask v0 how is that possible. So how do I add a tooltip provider inside a dialog? So I'm just going to add something like this and see what is going to suggest. So to add a tooltip pro inside the dialog, it should wrap the entire dialog with the tooltip provided, ensure that the tooltip is inside the dialog will work correctly. So here is, you have the dialog, then dialog this, but this is the same. Uh, we have added tooltip provider wrapping the entire content of the dialog. Oh, okay. So inside the dialog content, we have dialog. Okay, so dialog, and we have dialog trigger. Then inside, so we have this dialog, and then there's dialog trigger. Okay. So we have the dialog trigger, which is this one. And then we have now the dialog content. So inside the dialog content, we wrap the dialog provider. So inside here, we have the header, we have the form. So all these two, they have to be inside the tooltip provider. So I'm just going to cut this. So tooltip provider. Okay. So I'm just going to add this. I don't know if that is the only thing they added, because it is saying that we added this the existing tooltip provider for the add class button remains unchanged. Now you can add tooltip content anywhere inside the dialog content and they will work correctly. Okay. Let's just go ahead, refresh. It doesn't actually work, and I think it is just because of this here. Okay, so if I just replace it is here, for instance. So you see right now, it works, right? So how about similarly the way we did here? What if we wrapped everything in the tooltip provider? So just like put back like this, and instead I will just have a tooltip like this, and then like I will have the whole entire dialog in the tooltip provider. So here, tooltip provider like this, and that means like even this one we added here, we can just remove it. Okay, let's just see, try one more. Okay, so we don't have it, it has gone. Okay, it doesn't see this. I think it has to be immediate after this. Okay, so what I'm just going to do is I'm just going to leave alone the tooltips and just focus on I'm just going to go where you have this instead. I'm just going to Okay, where is the my buttons? I think I took them. What did I do? And just like go back. I must have really messed up something here, like the add class. Okay, let me just like leave it like this and go back to the v0 and let's bring my button to tip trigger. Okay, I just want to come here. This is what we have here. Okay, so if I just like refresh and try to create, so it doesn't. Okay, so I will just focus on only putting the button and also taking anything to do with the tooltip, because I'm very sure we are going to sleep here. So we don't have anywhere now a tooltip. I believe if you just go here, we can remove this. Okay, so now it should be working. So we just have to customize this and say add class. So this is going to add class, and the form is going to have the header class here, new class. Okay, so add new class. Okay, great. And then we're remaining with the section, the same thing. Okay, I'm just going to duplicate this same form and I create it for the section. Now the section is going to have one more thing, which is going to be select. But just going to go to the forms. Okay, academics. Just going to have this one, rename this to class. So this is going to be the stream form, and then here I'm just going to have the stream form. Okay, I'm just going to have exactly the same thing. Okay, so here I'm just going to have where you select where do you select add stream. So I'm just going to go ahead and bring this button. You can go back to classes, class listing, so where we have add section, this side, so you can see inside this tooltip. I'm just going to go ahead and cut this, and I'm just going to go here and add this stream form. Okay, just go to stream form, and then I will just add this button. So you should just be able to also add this, and it opens this. So let's go ahead and add this is add stream. So this is edit stream, new stream. Okay, we just need to add one more thing in the form, which is going to be the select. So I'm just going to go ahead and get the form select to where we can just get it from either the students or so where we have this. So we would want this one for the class. So you would want to select the class. And by the way, in that case, we don't actually, if you're already in this class here, like you're in class 5, so if you're just adding a section or adding a stream in this case, you are already having the ID of this, so you don't need to really say I'm adding it. You're already in that class, so this is going to be okay. So I don't need to actually add the select in that case. So I'm just going to go to we're just going to go the stream form. Not adding anything here. The only thing is add stream. Okay. Great. So this is already looking nice. We have all our forms. This is going to be I think one of the things I'm just going to be liking is coming to this section because I really love this one. Okay, I think we are done. We'll add these ones, the edit and delete. We just add them when we're implementing the whole logic. So I think this is great. Let me see the time. Okay. So I'm just going to end up creating one more place, and this is going to be the help. We have the right now the contact. This one. Okay, so this one will also work the endpoint for this. Okay, we work on the endpoint for this. So we need one more page. We need one more page, which is going to be the header page. Okay, so the header page is like if someone has any problem, we can help him, and that is a page which is going to have FAQs and I think articles. So I'm just going to also just use V0. Okay, and I'll also give it a hint on what I want. I will just turn to agricom. So let me just go here and I choose agricom here. I will just go to, if you go to any page, I think down here, there is where we have FAQs here, like this. So we already have this section of the FAQs. Okay, so I'm just going to say first of all I want to create just copy this. Okay, copy. Let's go back here. I'm just going to say I want to create a help page. This page is going to help users find their problem easily. Okay, so the page should have a list of articles that so I wanted the page to have 2 sections or 3 sections. I want the page to have three sections. Okay, the list of articles, so just going to say here the first one is the first section is going to be the list of articles, okay, that helps the client that may help a client fix their problem. Okay, the second one is going to be FAQ list, okay, which also a client can use. A client can find their solution. The third one should be if all the above don't work. I should have the contact cards, the okay, three cards. So here three contact cards. One with email, phone. One with email, phone. Okay, then another one with chat. Okay, another one with chat, and another one like with WhatsApp. I'm just going to say, and here is how the FAQs looks like. Let's upload this one. So also in this one there should be a search for articles. Okay, so I'm just going to meanwhile be creating this page faster. So this one is in the front, so I'll just like leave this one in the front really here. Okay, I'm just going to say front, and I will just say help. So if you have anything you want, you can just go to help page, and then inside the help, just going to have page.tsx RFC. Okay, so we have this the help. Just go ahead and we need to make this also is going to be server side, so I'm just going to go in this in the front end. So dashboard, form inputs, front end. Let's go and say help page, help page.tsx. Let's have this help page, and then I'm just going to accordion. So we need to add accordion in a second, but then just go and bring this help page here. So I'm just going to add accordion, just going to add here accordion. Just like this. And then Lucid is refusing the WhatsApp. I think yes, it has. Sorry, I think it has this WhatsApp just like this. Okay, let's just see here. See how this page looks like. So I'm just going to go here, stroke help. Okay, so you have the use state supposed to be use client. Okay, let's just see. Okay, so we have nice here things really looking great. You can see email support, can send an email, live chat, and the phone. I think this looks really great. You have also the FAQs. Okay, so for the FAQs, I'm just going to go ahead and get these. Um, we need to have the headers and the description for this. Okay, and then I will just give this some FAQs. Now we have some FAQs we have on this here. I'm just going to go and see the FAQs for this one. Okay, you can just say the quick skew. I'm just going to say FAQs. Okay, so you can just go here. Okay, so you have a list of FAQs that want to modify. So you can just go here. We have articles and the FAQs like this. Now these ones, they can also be coming from the backend if you want, but we might not manage them, but the articles we will. So for this one, I'm just going to go to this one. I have I'm just going to go to this page. So I would want just go ahead and copy this. Okay. Okay, so I'm just going to say, okay, use some of, you can say use this data to create the FAQs for School Pro. School Pro. So you say here School Pro. So I will paste this, and then I will just say the FAQs is of this format. Okay, I'm just going to say each FAQ. So you see here, each FAQ has this format. Okay, yesterday ones it is going to create. Okay, so that we update this page, and also we just know that one is also done. Yeah, it is already just like working like the search. We just like fetch these ones from the DB. Okay, we'll be having these guides. These ones have to be links. I can just like change them to links. I can change these ones to links. Where we have this card here. So this is going to be a card, but then the card is going to be in a link, I believe. So just a link, next link. Then we have href. Then inside we can have the card just like this. This shouldn't change anything, right? We have to, each link in has a unique key prop. Okay, so this key now goes to this. So now you can see they have links where we'll be putting these articles here. Okay, let's just get our here these FAQs, get these ones. Okay, let's just go back here. Let's update this list of FAQs. So just like get and update this like so. So now we should just like have really a big list. Okay, what is School Pro? You can see here. So you can just like go ahead and just like add your own thing here. Okay, great. Okay, so this I'm just going to, also instead of using green, I will use blue since that is our light, our colors. I'm just going to go to this text green. It's going to be text blue, and this BG, I'm just going to say BG blue 50, I believe, or you could just do 100. I think 50 will work. BG blue 50. Okay, now for these headings, we could just go ahead and add. We still have one issue, which is with the WhatsApp. Okay, can I just go where we have this icon, use it, just have it in one place? Actually, it's not being used anywhere as from what I'm seeing here. Okay, so what do I want? I want add the headings. I could just go to the contact page here in this auth contact, just like this. Could just get this section, go to the header page. We could just like add this on top, I don't know, like as an intro section. Let me see here. Okay, let me just see how we can just do this. First, let me first add it here, and I see. I'm just going to refresh. Yeah, so this is going to be the for this whole entire page. So I just got the class list here, class name of padding y of 12. Just add this. Okay, so I'm just going to say here I have a help page which has the FAQs and helpful articles. What big heading and description for this page. So you can just like we get the heading and okay, so the help center and useful resources. So you can just come here and add this here. And then the description, I'm just going to get the description here. And let me just add the description on this. So let's see how this looks like. Okay, yeah, help center and resources, find answers. So this is good. This looks good. We have the FAQs and which is looking great. Now for this one, I don't know if we just need to do this. Frequently asked questions you ask, we answer. Okay. Okay. Okay, so I think this is good. Looking great. I really believe. Okay, so I'm just going to push this. I don't know if I have any errors in anywhere right now, but if I push this and it goes through, that would be really serious. Okay, let me just like try to have leap of faith, and I'm just going to push this git add and git commit. I'm just going to say added forms. I just say git push. Okay. Great. So let's just go to Versailles and we see what is happening there. School Pro. The building is going on. I'm very sure we might be having some errors. We have added a lot of things, a lot of pages. I'm really sure I must be having some errors, and we'll aim at clearing them and we have it built online. And I think right now it has been about 3 hours and 50 minutes. Okay, this took more than I expected, but it was worth it to us establish a really strong foundation for today. And another thing is like today I'm feeling some energy really. Even if wanted to push for more 2 or 3 hours, I could do it. But I'm just going to finish this. What? It seems like it went through. Did you see that, guys? Like this went through without any single problem. Okay, just go and see, check if everything is okay. So you created the help page. I'm just going to start with this help. Okay, the help is there. This looks good. we have the dashboard now, the dashboard. And then let's go ahead and see student management, student directory, new student. Okay, so we have this. Okay, looking great. We haven't worked on the bulk one, but so far we'll work on it after working on this one, and it is working. We also created the parents. So add parents, and this is also showing really nicely. And then what it is, academics, we created classes and the streams, and then we have these ones also showing off. Okay, so this is great. Okay, so far so good. I like it, and yeah, good. So I'm just going to go ahead and close the episode from here, and this is where you're going to start from tomorrow. So tomorrow, what you're going to aim at is at least having some backend working, creating a new class, and like all these parents, the simple ones, we get them working, and then we'll connect them with our application here, so that we have the Node.js backend starting right away to work, and then as we continue adding more things. So thank you so much for watching this episode. I will see you in the next one.